Okay, let's do a quick trade recap here on January 13th, Tuesday. Somewhat of a quiet day for me, although there was a decent amount of volatility in the market with CPI this morning. Qs, you can see, tried to get to that level 629 twice after CPI, failed both kind of at lows now in the last half an hour. So certainly if you were wanting to scalp and go move to move with some names, there are some decent trades out there. My focus mainly today was SNDK. Had this from yesterday and was short probably from around 387.50 area. Added to it pre-market and have been somewhat cycling shares. So this kind of topic I was going to talk about. If we go to the daily, I would consider this an overextension fade that we're going for. There's multiple ways to do this. Okay, of course, everyone would like the A+ setup where we get a few more of these overextended candles on the daily and we get some kind of gap up above 400. But in my experience, that's pretty rare. Certain market conditions have to cooperate, and lately I haven't seen too much of that. A lot of the times we saw it in silver, kind of some stuff happens overnight, some stuff it doesn't set up A+. So for me, this was kind of like a B+, maybe an A trade, and I risked accordingly on that. So how I was handling this getting into the entries yesterday was anticipating that this could go to 400, and of course happy if it did. That would be a way better setup. But again, I wanted to be at least in some if we didn't get that. So far we haven't. And the way to do the second way here that I'm doing is to kind of get a core established and then recycle shares, try to build some cash flow. So you can see reference there on the P&L today. I've closed out about 4,000. Yesterday, I think I realized 3,000 on some stuff down here. So that's what I mean by cash flowing it. I'm not even really seeing the trade unfold yet, but we're recycling shares and building up cash flow, getting the cash flow to almost pay for the trade. So with the price average, somewhere under 390, trying to improve that on pop, so a little bit pre-market and on the open, and then taking off on the drops. This was supposed to be a cover. It was an accidental add, but the idea here would be to take off some and then add that back. So I'm keeping a core, but I'm taking some off, adding it back on these pops, taking it off. So I really haven't seen the trade unfold. We're looking for a break and some acceleration to the lows. I think this could go back down to 360. That would be my ideal target. But in the meantime, we've realized 7K on this, and we'll keep doing that if it wants to go sideways, if it wants to even go higher. So if it does go higher, you also have, in doing it this way, you have the options of dynamically hedging either a couple different ways, but I would probably just buy some out of the money calls for like 405 calls for next week, and stay in the core position short. This allows us to really not have to really pick the top and work into the position, even cycle out if it's going against us, and use the calls to pay for that loss. So it's just a different way of looking at not getting an A+ setup, but still want to be in the trade. So like I said, 405 would be completely fine with me if it goes that way. And in the meantime, we'll look for this to roll over maybe tomorrow. We've got a half hour left here today, and it's definitely holding the 385 area since yesterday. So we talked about this a lot in the morning on the game plan and in the call at 9:30, and called out these executions. Love to have you join us if you'd like. Discord link is in the description, and if you have any questions on this trade or on others that we took today or any day, feel free to join us. Thanks.